In this video we're going to show you how to manipulate borders. What I'd like to do first is select the table. So I'm going to go over here to the table and hit the selection box, and you can see the entire table is selected. And we're still on Table Tools Layout. So if you look, I can go over here to Table Tools Design, and I told you earlier that there's a border option. I'm going to hit the drop down arrow, and what I'd like to do is go all the way to the bottom of the list and choose Borders and Shading. When I do that, we get a dialog box, and similar to what we saw in Chapter 2 with paragraphs, I'm going to choose None, and that completely shuts off all the borders. And notice it's applied to the table here. I'm going to hit OK, and right now if I deselect, we have a table still, but there are no borders. If I click back on and select the table, I'm going to go back to borders, and I want to show you another option here, which is called View Grid Lines. If I click on View Grid Lines, now you can see the separation between all the cells. So grid lines are something that does not print, and remember earlier we said that borders do print. So it's nice to see the grid lines. Just visually it's more appealing while you're working on a table. The next thing I'd like to do, and I'll deselect this for a second, is I'd like to put a border all the way around the table. So to do that, I'm going to click again on our selection box. I'm going to go to Borders and choose Borders and Shading. And in this dialog box, I'm going to choose Box. And notice over here in my preview window, it shows a border. And the reason I went into the dialog box is I want to make it have a little bit thicker width. So I want to make it 3-point. And I could choose a color if I decided I wanted that. I'm going to hit OK, and now you can see I have a nice outside border. The last thing I want to do is put a border at the bottom of the first row. So again, if I go to Borders, you can see there is an option for a bottom border here if I wanted to choose that. Or I could go back to that dialog box like we did earlier. So go to Borders and Shading, and I could add it right here by clicking. I'll hit OK, and now you can see we have a bottom border.